If you've ever wondered how to get from here to here, it's a long story. But if you want it bad enough, it's worth it. This is the long story of how my friends and I went from the backyard to running professional wrestling shows. This is Backyard Wrestling Cinema. Welcome everyone to Backyard Wrestling Cinema, episode number 10. Today is our season finale for the first season of Backyard Wrestling Cinema, and I want to thank everybody who's been checking out this series so far. The next season will actually feature full episodes. See, it was kind of difficult for the first season to put together full episodes because it was really just a bunch of matches, and we tried to loosely base storylines and make them go from show to show, but over time, a lot of the tapes were damaged or lost, so there's not a great consistency, so it was easier to tell them in a shorter format. For Season 2, we're actually able to go into full-length episodes that have vignettes and segments and stuff like that, so it'll actually be a little bit different, and the episodes will be a little bit longer. So if you've been enjoying this series, stay tuned because Season 2 will be even better. And you won't have to wait very long for Season 2. I think Season 2 is actually going to launch right after the new year, so stay tuned. If you're not subscribed here, please do so now. When we last left off, we had introduced a couple new people. TLD, who I met in school, and we nicknamed him Fluff. Whoa! And then a friend from my childhood, Travis Lee, actually debuted and would become a fixture on the show.
I got a joke for mac and cheese. You'll be lying in the hospital as soon as I'm done with you.
We also learned that it was possible that we could end up on the Public Access channel, which was a local channel that stretched across several different towns in several different counties around us. In preparation for this, we started implementing some changes. We stopped cursing, and we started changing up our theme music to hopefully avoid copyright issues. With the possibility of going on TV, we were able to lure back in some of the old BWL wrestlers from Rico DMF's old Backyard Federation. Tim the Enforcer came back for a short time.
Right hand there. Oh, nailing him.
Barely moving.
Not even knocking. Oh, this might take a while. Oh, Homeboy didn't expect it. Oh, finally taking down the big man.
We were doing our best to improvise with the backyard and make the matches seem better than ever and do what we could inside that limited, lack of a ring venue.
Tie up. Punch.
Hey, Tommy already taking control of this match. He knows what he's doing in the ring. What?
Up. Oh! Rolling Faymaster. 1.
But it was clear we might need to move from Tommy Thunder's backyard to Rico DMF's backyard, which already had the built-in ring left over from the BWL days.
Oh, no way. Trying for that. He's trying for that brick stick. Oh! I think Rico's up.
After getting everything squared away with Public Access, it was time. We were finally able to put our show on TV. After a long decision, we decided we would film the show at Rico's backyard because of the ring and the fact that it looked a little bit more like a pro wrestling venue, even though the ring was just 4 posts in the ground. I was adamant that our final event at Tommy Thunder's backyard had to be our pilot episode, our first episode for TV. That was really my way of saying goodbye to this location that meant so much to me and provided so many good memories.
Bill.
Alright. Yeah, something to hold the fence up.
Since none of our old footage could be used because we didn't format it correctly and we didn't know how to change the format, we would need to produce all new content for Public Access. And once we found that out, we decided we can redo this BWL invasion angle that we did previously, but make it better and make it more memorable. So that's what we led off with. Our first ever show on Public Access was the BWL invasion angle. On the show, Rico DMF, who had been portraying himself as DMF, a Mr. Rogers creepy character, he reverted back to being his old character of Rico DMF.
What is this? Yeah! Rico DMF is back! Yeah! What? Rico DMF!
I am Rico! DMF!
There was different title matches.
Why am I defending against that trash?
What?
And the show, more importantly, was just a lot of fun.
They were challenging. That was a joke.
I can remember the feeling of waiting for the show to air, and you hear the hum of public access, the little VHS noise as the show is about to get started. And then the screen would go black, and all of a sudden the logo B4W showed up on screen. It was at that time that everything hit me. We had been talking about our 3 major goals: to do a live show, to get a real ring, to get on TV. Ever since the beginning, when it was just the 4 of us. And now with a dozen people on our roster, we were watching our show on public access TV. Now, granted, it's not like it's on ABC or Fox or anything like that, but it was still a big deal because back in 2002, in our area, there was about 70 channels, as compared to today where you have thousands of channels if you have cable TV. So the likelihood of somebody landing on our channel and landing on our show and watching it was pretty good. And from what I was told, the ratings on our show were actually pretty good for the time. All these years we had been struggling to find enough people for our roster. But now, since we were still in high school, I was getting inundated with people who wanted to be on the show. But I was really careful with who we let in because I didn't want to break up the atmosphere and make the show any less fun. So now we were dealing with a problem of telling people no, which was a unique position for us. The first show on public access meant so much to so many of us, especially those of us who were there from the very beginning. Looking back now, I can't help but think it's a shame that Little Luchador wasn't there to see it. But as much fun as it was, and as exciting as it was, it led to a whole new slew of problems for us. Because B4W the TV years were just getting started, and it was going to be the ride of our lives.
You're no longer on the back. Keep the food.
He's probably hidden somewhere, scaring me or something. But next week I'm fighting Coming Thunder.
Hey, buddy.
No, I'm not. What is CMS? What?
Oh, what's going for? A street sweeper on the car.
Away on the pool.
That was a quick career for him.
Shut up!
Move out of the way.
Matt, if they move out of the way, you can be over there and just run, jump over the railing.
Jump on the right. Real quick.